Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of The Fix. I am your usual host, Advocate Tulo Hoyani. This afternoon, I would like to look at the Limpopo pig farm matters. This country is really sick. You know, South Africa has come back from a very sad history of apartheid, where racial domination wreaked havoc on this country. And coming up to 1994, people like Nelson Mandela preached reconciliation. And to a large extent, one had this feeling that, South Africans would reconcile and, bury the hatchet and so on. The late Bishop Desmond Tutu coined the phrase Rainbow Nation. And all of us were hopeful that, after 300 and something years of apartheid, things would start moving in the right direction. But sadly, it looks like for a certain section of our population, reconciliation is nothing. It just means nothing to them. They are just caught up in the past and continue just to live their lives like black lives don't matter. Now look at this Limpopo farm matters. We have two white people and an assistant. Apparently this black person is a Zimbabwean and is also allegedly, an illegal immigrant in South Africa. They see women trespassing on their farm, on this white man's farm, apparently looking for food. What do? They then kill these two white women, two black women. After killing them, they probably buried them in shallow graves, and where they were exhumed, in a most brutal manner by pigs. They were literally fed to pigs. How does one human being feed another human being to pigs? For God's sake, this is 2024. South Africa, where are we going? So they just fed them to pigs as if they were nothing. And now they are facing murder charges, attempted murder charges in the Polokwane Magistrates Court. And they are trying to apply for bail. We'll see where the bail application goes. But my focus is really on on the daily trauma of violence that we see in South Africa today. We are just a country, sick with crime. What does this do for race relations? Unfortunately, incidents like this turn the clock back. They do not help in the reconciliation process. They just fuel racial tensions. A lot of black people were enraged, and rightly so, around that Polokwane Magistrates Court. Because how do we live in a so-called free South Africa and continue to see these things? This is something, which used to happen under apartheid, even under it is something that used to happen under the worst days of apartheid. It was, even under apartheid, it was still a shocking thing. But racial polarization is a fact of life in South Africa. A lot needs to be done to reconcile the races. If a white man can simply kill a black woman and feed that woman to pigs, we have a long way to go as a country. We have a real fight on our hands. This is a very disturbing story. When I came across it, I said to myself, are we living in the 21st century? Just what is going on in this country? I'll keep an eye on this trial, At the moment, the culprits are trying to apply for bail. We'll see whether the court grants them bail. But the crowds outside there are baying for their blood. They are baying for their blood. We don't know what the ultimate decision will be. But we need to move away from this kind of, animalistic way of doing things. Having said that, let me round up by saying thank you for your views and your subscriptions. That is very encouraging. I'll keep you updated as usual with the latest news and analysis in and around South Africa. Thank you very much, and please kindly subscribe.